Hello everyone, my name is Dr. Asad and welcome back to this series of Python for Everyone. We're covering strings in detail, and in the last video we have covered everything from escape character to string concatenation. Why is hard to pronounce? Um, anyways, so we have covered this quite in detail. If you're unsure, please refer back to the video. In this one, we'll talk about the attributes written below. So let's just get started. For first, I need some string. So let's just say Imam equals to Imam Ali alayhi salam, right? It could be any name. You can give a try yourself. Let's say, what if I want to find out the Imam, maybe the string 20th string. Let's see what happens. Ooh, it says index error, string index out of range. That is true as well, because how many strings do we have? Well, I don't have to count it manually because I'm using Python. I could literally say which one. You should have guessed it. It was length of Imam. That will simply give me total number of strings in there. There are only 11. So if I'm only finding the location of the 12th character in my string, there you go. It says index error, that there is only 11 characters and you're trying to find something beyond. So that's a quick way to check. Maybe you're doing something and you don't know how many strings there are and you just find something like that. Anyways, the next one is lower. Now that simply means imam dot lower. Let me just show you, that might make sense. This is how you write it. Basically you write imam, which is the string itself that you want to change, dot lower, and then two brackets. If I run this, you notice that all the big characters in there, which was a and I, are converted to small one, right? And then you could do exactly the same for upper. So if I do upper and run it, it convert everything in Imam Ali as that, right? So that's how you could make the characters lower or upper in this case. There is another one. Let's say I don't want every character to be capital or every character to be lowercase, but I want only the titles, which is the Imam Ali and A, to be bigger. So all I could do is use the title. Everything else remains the same. So it's just the name of the string dot that function or attribute, either the lower, upper, or title, and then two brackets, right? And if I run this one, you will notice here that it did A capital, and this A capital. So that's how you could work it out. So we are done with index error, we are done with lower, we're done with title and upper here. Let's just start with strip and maybe split. Let's say you have too many spaces in there. Let's say you have way too much spaces at the beginning and way too much spaces at the end, and you want to get rid of it. All you have to do is print. Well, I'm using print only to demonstrate the results. Otherwise, the function itself is simple: imam dot strip. Now, if I don't put anything in there, right? No particular arguments in there, and print it, it will eliminate all of my spaces. Do you see here? So just to visualize the results better, let me print the same imam before as well. Print imam. So let's see what it does print with and without spaces. So if I run it, you will notice here there is a lot of spaces here and a lot of spaces here, but here there's no spaces at all. So that's how the strip works. But let's say you don't have just spaces. You might have certain characters such as underscores, too many underscore here and too many underscore here. Now if I run this, you would notice something, that even though it removes the starting and ending spaces, it did not remove these ones, right? So all you have to do is simply give that character that what you want to do. Now if I put an underscore, right, and run it, you would still notice something here. Did you notice it did not remove anything? That is because you forgot to remove the spaces before removing this underscore. So strips only start and end character. It removes only the starting and the ending. The underscore is neither the starting nor the ending one. Rather, it is in between, right? So first I have to do is use a normal strip that will remove the spaces, and then maybe imam dot strip, and now I can add an underscore. So if you notice now, you would notice that it actually, in this one, there were spaces. These spaces are removed, right? And then it should have removed this one. No. What if I add it to here? Sorry, I think I forgot to add in the same one. So it's this and is this, whether it was this. Let me try. Sorry, I forgot. Let me have a look. Yeah, I have to add everything in one. I mean, that's the best part about Python. You're never the expert, you always learn. So I think it's like this. Yeah. So all it did was, rather than writing a second line, I have to add a space before and after, right? And then say after that character, remove this as well. Then it removed the spaces first because that was the spaces given in the strip function, right? And then it removed all the what do we call this underscore, and then there was spaces after as well, which means it removed first spaces, then underscore, and then it removed the spaces. To visualize it better, let me try another thing. Let's say there are plus now, and there are plus here. So now I have spaces to be removed, underscore to be removed, and the plus to be removed from, again, the start, the middle, and the end. So all I do is starting is a space, then is underscore, and then it's just a plus sign. If I run that code again, you would notice, there you go. So you have spaces at the start and the end, which is removed by the first argument given. Then it had underscore at this starting and end, so it removed those underscore. And finally it had the plus sign, so it removed the plus sign in the end. So that's how you could do multiple strip, that if you know they are in a sequence, you could actually remove them. But if you see, let's say there are underscore here now, and I run this code, right? Do you see it still removes it? Because now it is literally doing all of these strips basically one by one. So that's another interesting point of noting that how a strip function can be very useful, right? So that being said about strip, what if I want to split these names with the space? Basically, all I have to do is imam. Let me print it so I can visualize it in my this one. Imam dot split. When no argument is given, it will simply split it with every space. So space, that's first string, another space, that's another string, and everything ends, that's another string, right? If I had a particular character in between them, let's say like this, and I want to split them according to that character, all I would do is I'll just put that argument in there, and it will literally do exactly the same thing again. That it will go imam, then this argument which is underscore is given, it will split it. It will make one string, go to the next one, and then another underscore here, so it will split it again and make another string. So that's how strip and split works. Split actually split the whole text into smaller text. The strip just removing the trailing and leading characters. Another one is simply, let's say I want to let me try. So we have done this, we have done that, we have done this, this. Find, replace, and join is remaining. Okay. Let's say I want to find what particular position this first space is. I don't want to count it. I just simply want to find, you know what, at what particular position the first space is. I'll just say print the result of imam, which is the name of the string, dot find. Now, all I have to do is put a string of what do I want to find. I'm saying find where is my first space. Now, remember you got two spaces here, but it will only find the very first occurrence of that space in your whole text. So if I run it, it will say at the fourth position, there is first space in your text. And it is true because 0, 1, 2, 3, and this is the fourth one. So on fourth position, you actually have a space. It could work out for the whole character as well. So if I put all the name itself, it will say on the fifth one, because remember Ali is starting from the fifth position. So it say all of this what you have written is starting from the fifth place. So that's how find works. But let's say I want to actually replace Imam Ali's name with the second Imam name, Imam Hassan. All I could do is say replace. What do I want to replace? I want to replace Ali. What do I want to replace it with? I want to replace it with Hassan. So if I run this one now, there you go. So instead of Imam Ali alayhi salam, it is Imam Hassan alayhi salam, because what my function did was in Imam, which is the name of the string, it is using replace. Now what is doing the replacement of? It is finding the name Ali and then it is replacing with Hassan. You could do exactly the same for Hussein and so on and so forth. Oops. Run it, and there you go, Imam Hussein alayhi salam. And the final one is join. Let's say I want to join two things. I actually forgot, if I'm being honest. I think it was imam dot join. I want to join all the characters. Let's say I want to join imam. No, actually. Just give me a second, guys. Yes, okay. So what it was, the join is simply when you want to create a new string. Let's say I want to name it again imam, and I want to say that, you know what, join using this character, right? Dot join of the string imam. And then for the inside one, I have to give them separate names such as imam, and I want to join Ali, and I want to join alayhi salam. So what it does is it basically says, let me zoom in as well for you guys. So what it does is basically saying take this string, take this and this string within this whole arguments and join them using this character. So let's see if I run this one. Run imam. There you go. It did the imam, which is the first argument, second argument, Imam Ali alayhi salam, join all of them with an underscore. So that's how the join argument works. Hope that makes sense. There's a lot of things that you could do, and it's not always the case that you're going to remember all of them, but you could always refer back to their code or different kind of cheat sheets. I normally use the cheat sheet from Codecademy. It's very helpful. I must confess that it makes my life a lot easier. The cheat sheet from it, right? You could use other ones as well, up to you. But yes, I use the cheat sheet from here. And for you, can you please pause the video and then try all of these methods yourself? Well done to those who managed to do it. If you haven't managed to do it, don't worry. Place down your comment below and then we can discuss it and try to debug the code together. Till then, take care, goodbye, and see you next time.